Lack of focus, lack of attention, poor memory, forgetfulness, anxiety, impulsiveness, these are very common problems that we see among all the age group these days. But watch out, these need not be just simple behavioral pattern, but they can have some serious underlying cause to it, such as ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. And your genetics and your lifestyle can not just have impact on your physical body, but it can equally have impact on your state of mind and your cognitive abilities. Hello everyone, welcome back to Conversation with Superhuman. And our today's guest is a leading doctor who specializes in neurocognitive disabilities and behavioral therapies. And today he is here to share with you all his experience with the gene-based lifestyle modification and what kind of results and benefits he could see when his clients and his patients underwent this epigenetic lifestyle modification based on the genetic metabolic test. So ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Dr. Ayub Khan. Good evening, Dr. Ayub. It's such a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, Radha. It's a pleasure to be here with you as well.
So, Dr. Ayub, we would like to talk about ADHD today. You have a lot of experience on that side. So, as we all know that ADHD has become a very common problem these days. But when it actually comes to understanding, not many people really understand it. And due to the ignorance, they fail to recognize it on the right time. And they end up blaming everything else, maybe not the right cause. So for the benefit of the viewers, I would request you to explain in the simplest term, what is this ADHD? And is it age related or how is it?
Okay. So when we talk about ADHD, ADHD means attention deficit hyperactive disorder. Right. As the term in itself is explanatory, that means an individual suffering from ADHD is not able to maintain required normal attention span. That individual is fidgety, keeps on moving around, and keeps on bumping around the furniture around in the class or at the office or at the house. And this particular neurological disorder is not age specific. Right. The only difference is that when an individual is a child or say up to the age of 5, the symptoms of ADHD are very, very obvious, very clear. And as and when the child starts growing up and attend the adulthood, by the time the child is able to manage this particular neurological disorder. Right. And so we can say that ADHD is not an age-specific disorder.
But many times we see... many times we also see that people misunderstand ADHD as behavioral pattern of the kid. So is there any specific sign or symptoms or how they can recognize that it is ADHD and not just a normal behavioral pattern of the child?
Yes, you're right. Initially, the parents and the adults around a child do perceive that this is a behavioral disorder, but they have to look into the neurological aspect. That means too much of neurological activities are happening in the brain, because of which the continuous stimulus is there and the child is actually responding to that.
Right.
And we do have a set of batteries, set of psychological tests, physical activities, which can to a larger extent establish that an individual is having ADHD or not.
Okay, that's great. So in your opinion, what is the impact of genetics and lifestyle modification in such cases? And what is your experience with the genetic predisposition test? What kind of results have you observed with your clients and with your students when they underwent our gene metabolic test?
Right. So genes are very important. Earlier, people used to believe that it's only cells that are building blocks of our life, of our body. Right. But after the discovery of DNA, genes, and now World Genome Project by WHO, Now we have science, which tells us that it's not only cell, we have something else in a detail which is lie inside our cells, that is genes. And genes do carry each and everything about our physics, about our psychology, about our activities, about our predispositions. So definitely ADHD can be traced, or the foundation or the cause of ADHD can easily be found out using genetic predisposition test.
Okay.
I myself has done this for more than a couple of my students.
Yes.
And it was to our surprise and the surprise to the parents as well, that when this genetic predisposition report was handed over to them, and they came across the exact word of ADHD, and they saw that particular indicator that this particular individual is on high risk capacity of ADHD. So the facial expression were amazing to see. Oh my God, how can they just get to know about by using the saliva test and finding out from genetics?
True.
Then I said, exactly. That is why I insisted to go for genetic test, to be very sure about that it is ADHD or something else. So when this thing was established, when the ADHD was established in the genetic report, then ultimately parents and the students were ready to accept the recommendations which were provided by the epigenetic lifestyle modification.
Right.
And that particular recommendation was not only restricted to the dietary, personalized diet.
Yes.
It included personalized physical activities, personalized yoga activities, personalized lifestyle modifications. And when my students started with that holistically, included followed the recommendation about diet, physical activities, lifestyle modification, they were visible results. They were visible results. To quote one of the specific case study, I would like to quote here one of my students who is right now a student of 11th class. A severely ADHD child was not able to see. 11th class means somewhere 15, 16 years of age. That child was not able to manage even for 3 minutes. His attention span was only 3 minutes.
Okay.
He used to drop a lot of things from his study table. His pen was always under the table, right? And it was not easy for me or any of his teachers to make him sit for more than 5 minutes. But when we started with the recommendation prescribed by the Eplimo, there were tremendous change. As of now, it happened a couple of months back. As of now, if I do keep a timing of the attention span, today that child is able to maintain an attention span of more than 15 minutes, and it's getting better day by day.
Great.
Not only his attention span, but his behavior. Earlier he used to be very aggressive. He was very inattentive. He was very forgetful. Right. Now he is able to retain what has been told during the class, and what was told by his mother, and what was the conversation with his friends day before yesterday, and that is a great achievement.
Interesting. Yes, absolutely it is. And this is something that is not known to many people, that this is possible. And of course, when we have in technology, why not use the best of it? So, doctor, do you also think that this kind of a predisposition test can help other children with special needs such as autism, dyslexia, and many more in such a kind of things? Can it also be helpful in those cases?
Oh, sure. Why not? See, most of these learning disorders, specific learning disabilities, autism, and other related learning problems are associated with your neurons, the neurological activities which are happening in your brain. Right? So if you are not going for the genetic profiling, you are not approaching in the most scientific way that is possible today, it's available today.
Right.
So if you take the help of this most ultra scientific technique of knowing about your brain, knowing about your body through genetics, it becomes very easy and precise how to manage a certain situation with the minimum of errors and maximum of results. So definitely I prescribe to every parents, not only to the parents of kids having specific learning disabilities or autism or any other disorder, but every individual should go, every child should go for epigenetic lifestyle modification or EPLIMO, as to know what all sports his body is suitable for. It's not only studies. See, I never focus only on studies, and everybody should not focus only on studies. Physical activity in sports is a very important part of the personality development. But we should know what sports are suitable to our child. Whether the child can go for athletics, or whether the child should go for heavy weightlifting or some other thing. So it becomes clear when you have got the genetic profiling done.
Right. This can be a roadmap for them for their entire life. And that too, it is completely a scientific basis.
Definitely. It's a roadmap to the successful life. It's gonna be there showing the path throughout the life, so as to perform the best of their abilities.
True. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Ayub, for joining us today and giving and finding this precious time out of your very hectic schedule. Thank you so much for that. And I'm sure this will definitely bring new hopes, and it'll open up new avenues for not just for kids and young adults going through this ADHD, but also their parents, their family, and even for other people who do not have this, but they can really improve on their health, their life. Overall, holistic development is possible through such a kind of technology which is available with us. And we are very fortunate to have this today. So thank you so much.
All right. You're welcome. Take care. God bless you.
Thank you.